What is up, guys? Welcome back to Late Night Frops. I'm Chris Brock the Co-Leader, and this week is a battle week. So if this week is a horror battle week, then last week was a theme week. And our theme was our Backwoods Horror theme, which I reviewed House of a Thousand Corpses, and everybody else reviewed a film of their choice. So if you guys haven't seen our Backwoods Horror theme, if you haven't watched any of the videos from last week, please go do so. Please go leave us a comment, a like, leave your feedback. It'd be very well appreciated. So this week, like I said, Horror Battle Week, we're going to be doing horror battles, obviously. But the films that I selected, to battle for this week, are films from the same franchise, which I don't think I've done before. I don't know. I might have. I don't recall if I have. But pretty much just scraping the bottom of my collection. Just trying to find something, somewhat creative, somewhat that would kind of match for a horror battle, because you don't want to review something so opposite, that it really makes no sense that you're battling it. And I know I've done that a time or two with like Lake Placid and Ginger Snaps. Those two films could not be opposite from each other. But those are just, I do that from the time to time to just battle the newest releases. But with this one, like I said, two slasher films from the same franchise. So that's really, they're both sequels. That's the reason I'm battling them. I just thought I would kind of check out these films because I haven't watched them until today. And, without further ado, they are Psycho 2 from the year 1983 and Psycho 3 from the year 1986. So, going to be going over, both plots briefly. Don't want to give away too much spoilers. So, I'm going to keep it, spoiler-free as possible. Going to be starting off with Psycho 2. So, this film takes place 22 years after the first film. The original Psycho, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. Fantastic film. I've only seen it. I haven't seen it that much, guys, to be honest. I think I've only seen it 2 or 3 times, to be honest. But it really did, I really did like it. I really did enjoy it when I watched it. I don't own it. Unfortunately, I can't find it anywhere in, in my area. But I'm gonna have to pick up the Blu-ray of it, the UK Blu-ray. I don't really want to pick up the US Blu-ray. To me, like, the cover looks really bad. I don't know why. I guess where I just seen the UK Blu-ray, I think it looks fantastic. It has Marion Crane on it. But anyway, this film takes place 22 years after the original, and Norman is pretty much getting out. He's pleading insanity, pretty much, saying that he was insane when he did those crimes. He's been through 22 years of therapy. Excuse me, 22 years of therapy, and he pretty much gets set free. But at his hearing, there's a woman named Lala who is outraged by this because she's actually kin to someone who Norman murdered, and or I think kin or was friends with someone that Norman murdered. And yeah, she just has this petition and all this stuff, but it doesn't work. But she does play a part in the film. She's actually, I'm not going to spoil that. But you see Norman. He's really trying to turn a new page, turn a new leaf, because he did go through all that years of therapy, and you get the impression that he actually has changed. And, in some parts, I do kind of feel for Norman Bates. Because he does have mommy issues. That's a fact. But he is trying to change. You see that he gets a job at a diner, and he's trying. And it's really cool to see where they took it. 22 years later, it's really cool to see what they came up with. And I actually really enjoyed this film. I think it's a really good sequel. Definitely an underrated film, I would say, because a lot of people talk about the first film. The original film, but they don't talk about the sequel. I don't think this is better than the original, but I think it's a really good horror film. And I would definitely say check it out if you haven't. It's definitely worth the watch. But yeah, I just like it because it's kind of a whodunit. Because you don't know if it's Norman, letting his psychotic impulses get to him, or if it's someone completely different. And that's what I like. Has Norman really changed? That's the big question within the film. So that's the basic plot of Psycho 2. Psycho 3 takes place 1 month after Psycho 2. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm about positive. It takes place 1 month after, and he's trying to get Bates Motel to get back to shape, getting it running again. But business is really slow right now. He actually don't really have a staff. I don't think he don't have anybody to help him at the moment, and that's when you see a guy named Dwayne Duke, who he likes to be called just Duke. We've seen him earlier in the film. I'm not going to spoil, how we see him or why we see him and who is with him when we see him. Not going to spoil that. But pretty much he comes in. I think he was wanting a room, but then he sees a sign and he asked him, can I get this job? And, Norman says, yes, you can do this, yada yada. So he does, so that's how, the Duke character, meets Norman. And later, Norman goes into the diner that he used to work at. I'm pretty sure he quit. It's really not explained, but I would say that he quit more than really got fired. But we see that there's this news reporter. Not really a news reporter, but like an interviewer there who really wants to meet Norman. Because she's doing this thing about, talking about how these, psychos, quote-unquote psychos, they're really the victims because they don't know what they're doing, because they're insane. They don't know that they're hurting people and this and that. And she just wants to sit down and talk to Norman, which he's like, yeah, okay, you can join me while I eat. And she just starts asking him questions, and he gets really uncomfortable because she's pretty much interrogating him. And by this time, Norman looks out the window and he sees this girl, this girl, and it really reminds him of someone from his past. I don't want to spoil that. I almost did, but it reminds him of someone from his past, and it just really startles him. It just does something to him that just pretty much flips his switch, and he has to pretty much, pretty much what he did in the second film. He really has to fight these psychotic, impulses. He kind of gets that way after, seeing this girl who resembles somebody so much. The signs are there. If you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. But that's the basic plot of Psycho 3. Okay, so I'm going to be starting off this horror battle. Round 1 is, which film do I think had the better kills, Psycho 2 or Psycho 3? And I'm going to have to go with Psycho 2. Psycho 2, I love the style, I love how it was directed, I really like the simplistic kills. It had gore, but it wasn't all-out gore. It was actually really well, done kills, because there's one kill, which is one of my favorites. This woman gets a knife right through her mouth, and it goes out the back of her head, and I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really well done. So overall, I just really enjoy the kills more in Psycho 2, but in Psycho 3, it is more gorier, and I like that. I like how they, amped up the gore. That's fantastic. That's cool. But I don't know. I just kind of dig the kills in Psycho 2 a little bit more. So round 1 goes to Psycho 2. Round 2 is going to be story. Which one do I think had the better story? And again, going to be a quick round. Psycho 2. Nothing's wrong with Psycho 3's plot. It's cool that it picks up 1 month after, but, Psycho 2, it's 22 years later. It's 22 years after the first film. I want to know what happened to Norman Bates. Where's he at right now? And they answer that within this film. So, to me, that intrigues me more than, Norman Bates, he's already out, and he is just kind of, 1 month after, Psycho 2. It's not a bad plot. It's just, you put this. It's like, okay, 1 month after the second film, or 22 years after the first film. Which one would you want to see more? I'd want to see Psycho 2 more. It interests me more. So, round 2 definitely goes to Psycho 2. So, round 3 is acting and directing. Actually, Psycho 3 is directed by Anthony Perkins himself, the guy who plays Norman Bates. I thought that was really cool. I like his style. I like the directing. I like the acting. The acting's good. That's one thing I like about the films. Acting is consistent. He is really great as Norman Bates. Even though I do like the style and the acting in Psycho 3, I'm going to have to go with Psycho 2. I think the style, the shots are just really good. They're very, I just wasn't expecting it from, this sequel, because I haven't heard a lot about this film, and it surprised me. I really do like Anthony Perkins' performance a little bit better, as Norman in Psycho 2 than I do in Psycho 3. So I think Psycho 2 is going to take round 3. So round 4 is which film has the better score, and I'm just going to go Psycho 2. I think Psycho 2 is all around better film than Psycho 3. It's a really good sequel, an underrated horror film, and I would definitely say, check it out. I really did like Psycho 2. I thought it was really cool. Definitely worth picking up. Not to leave out Psycho 3, it didn't win a single round. That's why I cut it off at round 4. Because there's no need to do round 5. But it's not a bad film. I just think it's a little bit inferior to, to Psycho 2. I just like Psycho 2. I think it's, the superior film. But if you haven't seen both of them, say check them out. Definitely watch Psycho 2 first if you're going to watch any of them. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching my battle. Leave a comment down below. What do you think of my battle? Which one would have won your horror battle? Psycho 2 or Psycho 3? And yeah, guys, I'll see you next week. Peace.